what a game. What a win. We're joined by the head coach, Dabo Swinney, once again here on Tiki and Tierney. Coach, how you doing, bud?
I'm good. How you guys?
We're doing well. Let me,
congrats,
real quick, Coach.
First of all, congrats.
Thank you.
Awesome win.
How do you not get I know you get a lot of them, every single recruit on the planet? I'm sitting there watching the buses, you guys running down the ramp. That place, if I said to Tiki, I said, if I was a high school kid right now, I'm going to Clemson. That atmosphere was insane.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it really is a special place here, and but they only give us so many scholarships, so we can't get them all. We got to do a great job of evaluating and making sure that we get the right guys. That's the big thing for me. Is I want great people first. Great people that just happen to be good football players. That's really what we look for. Like Deshaun Watson, he's a great human being. I mean, he just happens to be a good guy that plays quarterback. That's such a small part of who he is as a person, and that's really what we look for. And that's how you win games like that. I've been doing this a long time, and if you'd have told me before the game that we were going to play 105 gradable snaps of defense and have 5 turnovers against the number 3 team in the country and win the game, and we still had over 500 yards of offense, and 8.2 yards of play with 5 turnovers. But that's character, that's heart, that's the culture of your program. And we've won 19 in a row at home. And these guys, it's just something about it. We don't have a single. Our seniors, they have 1 career loss at home, and that was their freshman year. And our freshmen, sophomores, and juniors have never lost at home. So there's a lot of pride here. And our fans do an unbelievable job, and if you've never, I tell people all the time, if you've never been to a game at Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina, if you're a football fan, you should just put it on your bucket list because you're going to have a blast. It is a great place to see a college football game, and it was at its best Saturday night, no doubt about it, and our fans were great, especially when we needed them there in the end.
Yeah, Coach, it's good unless you're the opponent, because I played down there a couple of times. It wasn't too much fun.
There you go. Dabo Swinney with us here on Tiki and Tierney. The Tigers now 5-0, and they're up to the 3rd spot in the AP Top 25, looking good.
Coach, tell us about your preparation for a guy like Lamar Jackson. I mean, he's unbelievable. You look at his stats, and obviously he had some touchdowns against you guys, but he had 14 rushing touchdowns coming in, and then, double-digit passing touchdown as well. What was the philosophy to slow him down at least? Because you did that in the first half. Ultimately, he got a little bit back in the second half. But what did you do to slow him down and get your guys ready for him?
Yeah, well, it really kind of went according to script up until the 4th quarter, and we just our plan was to play about 60 to 65 snaps of defense. That was our plan, but we played, like I said, 105. So, we wanted to do a little better job. We wanted to go like it did the first half. I mean, everything really went according to script that first half. We were, especially the second quarter, we just put all 3 phases together, and we kept him at bay. And for us, we knew that we would be the best front that he had seen. We felt like that we could do a much better job of keeping him in the pocket a little bit, and do a better job of really covering his receivers, making him have to make some tight throws. When we watched those previous few games that they had played, it's kind of like I told our guys, hey, man, they made a lot of layups. I mean, there were some guys running wide open and things like that. We got to take the layups away. We got to make him make some 3-pointers with a hand in his face. This is a special guy here, and if you give him a bunch of layups and let him get in rhythm, you're in trouble. And so we did a really good job in the first half of just, again, all 3 phases working together and complementing each other. Our ends did a great job of forcing the issue. We didn't just sit back and play passive and allow him to attack us. We tried to attack him, make him have to make some real quick decisions in the run game, and we bottled him up. We had 5 sacks and a bunch of yards for loss in that ball game. But the second half, we just the double-edged sword in that we had 5 turnovers, and you can't give an offense that's scoring 63 points a game and almost 700 yards a game coming into it, you can't turn it over and give them the ball in the red zone and let them play on a short field. So that allowed them to get some rhythm. So the turnovers really hurt us. We had 2 in the red zone that cost us points. And then when we had 5 touchdowns offensively that took a total of 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
Wow, quick.
Combined.
Yeah.
And so that's great, but it was because of the turnovers and us scoring so fast, it really put our defense in a bind, and they just got tired. I mean, it's bottom line. They got tired at the end of the game, but they continued to just give all they have. And listen, this guy is something special now. He is electric. And in the fourth quarter, we had some breakdowns, and the things that we had done such a good job of, we missed him. We missed some tackles, and give him credit. We had him bottled up 2 or 3 times where he somehow came out, and next thing you know, it's a 30-yard run by him. And so that's where his stats kind of hurt us, was in the fourth quarter. But that was a combination of us not complimenting each other very well offensively and defensively, and then just his ability and that young man's will to win. He played with a tremendous amount of heart and toughness for his team. As well.
Coach, you talk about keeping them under 600 yards, 700 yards. They got a 568. If they would have got a 570, it might have had a different ball game because of the first down at the end. But before we get to the conclusion of the game, you talk about Lamar Jackson. He is special. We've pinned him right at the top of the Heisman Trophy race right now. But your quarterback was a preseason favorite for that. And a lot of people were saying, maybe it's the pressure of that getting to him early on. Have you had a conversation with your quarterback about not trying to be the Heisman Trophy winner and instead just being the quarterback of the squad?
Oh, yeah, no question. We talk about all that type of stuff before the season, during the season. I mean, constantly communicating with Deshaun. He's an easy guy to talk to. He's special. I mean, it's just, I think that if you look at the teams we've played here, I mean, we've had 2 of our first 5 games on the road, at Auburn, at Atlanta, one on a Thursday night where we 2 places we haven't really played well in the past, and we played a tough Troy team that's 4-1. But listen, I mean, he's done a lot of good things. The biggest thing is we've had 17 drops now. We only had 1 the other night. We've gotten better, but we had 12 drops the first 2 games and 6 touchdowns dropped in the first 2 games of the season, and that really disrupted the rhythm of what we were trying to do early. We cut it down to 2 drops in the 3rd game and 2 drops in the 4th game, and only 1 drop the other night. So we're trending in the right direction, and that's why the rhythm of our offense and the explosive plays have picked back up. But I promise you, he's not trying to win the Heisman. Deshaun Watson just wants to win. His goal is to win, and that's what he does. He's lost 2 games ever here. One was at Georgia Tech his freshman year. He played about 12 snaps, and he got hurt. And then the other one was the national championship game. So the bottom line, the bottom statistic is, does a quarterback win? And he is the ultimate winner, an incredible preparer, a grinder, a superhuman being, great poise. I mean, that's what you saw the other night. Just he could have easily gotten frustrated. We get a perfect slant throw where the 1 drop we had, tip ball, pick, give him the ball the first possession out of the 3rd quarter, and then he throws a strike to Leggett, and Leggett fumbles the ball down by the goal line in the 3rd quarter for another turnover. But he just kept playing, and when we had to have it, we had to go 85 yards to win the game. He took his team right down the field to win the game with a great touchdown pass to Leggett. So that's what great quarterbacks do. That's what great leaders do, and he's special, man. I tell you, I don't think there's a better player in the country. He is the most complete player in the country, without a doubt.
Yeah, I was going to ask you a similar question. Tiki beat me to it, but I would extend it way beyond the Heisman Trophy, and I would actually think that the possibility of going first overall in the NFL draft is probably a bigger mental impediment, if I phrase that properly, on occasion. But he's a grounded kid, and obviously you've been open about it. You guys have a great relationship, and you just got to forge ahead. Dabo, I think for you, I could be wildly off base with this. I think your tougher job now comes up this weekend, because there's no doubt your team's going to be ready to play at night with the whole nation watching against Louisville. Will they be ready to go with the same urgency against the Boston College team that on paper has no chance to beat you?
I guarantee you they'll be ready because we ain't worried about we don't worry about who we play or where we play or what time we play or who's watching. We play to a standard here, and every week is the biggest game of the year for us. That's just the mentality we have. That's how our program is built. It's a windshield mentality. What's in front of us? What's next? Bottom line. And we're always trying to get better. And that's why we've been able to be incredibly consistent. We've got a chance to set the all-time record for us in school history if we can win Friday night for road wins in a row at an opponent's stadium. So these guys, I know that's always something for people to talk about, but we just show up. The one thing that this group will do, they'll show up and they'll compete, just spot the ball, and we're going to be ready. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a great night in Boston. I know it's a huge game for them, just like it is for us. And Friday night, national TV opportunity again. And what I tell our guys every week is, hey, your voice is how you play. And we take a lot of pride in how we play.
Talking to Dabo Swinney with us here on Tiki and Tierney, 5-0, and firmly inside the top 5 for the latest AP Top 25. Tigers sitting third.
Yeah, Dabo, I'm thinking about the ACC in total, and give me your thoughts on this, because for the first time in a while, there's 6 of you guys in the top 25. You all, Louisville obviously is still there. Florida State, and Virginia Tech is even rounding out as well. North Carolina is there as well. Has the quality, the level of play, coaching, etc., recruits, has that come up a lot over the last couple of years?
Oh yeah, it's over the last probably 5 or 6 years, and you can look at the head-to-head competition with the SEC, for example, because obviously everybody over the last several years they'll talk about the SEC. And the SEC has been an incredible league, but I think from top to bottom, this league is second to none. And you can look at the amount of, I think we've had 10, 11, 12 bowl teams. There's a lot of parity in that anybody can beat anybody on any given week in this league. And if you look at what's happened outside of the league and head-to-head and look at the championship games, the playoff, the BCS-type bowl games, and what the league has done over the last 4 or 5 years, it speaks for itself. And then you look, the NFL draft. The SEC is first over the last 5 years, and the ACC is just, barely second, but way ahead of whoever's third in draft picks. So,
what do you attribute that to? Because it's a recent trend.
Recruiting, first of all, recruiting,
obviously.
number one, and then we have a bunch of great coaches in this league. And just got a lot better too. You look at the guys that have come in here, Mark Richt down at Miami and the job he's doing, Dino coming from Bowling Green and what he did now up at Syracuse, and you look at Bronco Mendenhall.
Come on, get him to rub it off. Whatever you guys got going, you don't play him this year. Rub it off with my Broncos, my Cavaliers. I need some help.
He's going to do a great job. He's a heck of a football coach, and you look at what he did out at BYU, and now he's come into this league. Dave Clawson and what he's doing at Wake Forest. There's a bunch of really good football coaches, and it's just a great league. It's a very visible league. It's a league to me that represents the best of the best in athletics, but also academics. We've been number one academically as a conference, and we're proud of that. And again, we're just trying to. I've said it for the last several years. This league takes a backseat to no one, and I'm proud of the success that the ACC's having, and hopefully we can continue that.
Hey, did you see Rex, coach, at the Rex Ryan after they beat the Pats at the podium with the Clemson hat? Did you see that?
Well, I didn't. I heard about it. His son plays for me.
Yeah, no, I know.
But in fact, his son's going to be a captain for us this week. But we had to practice, so we had to come right in. Got in the bed about 4 o'clock, and we had to come right in because yesterday was like a Monday for us, and today's like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
We travel on Thursday to Boston, so a short week to get ready. Coming off a late game, so I didn't get to see it, but I heard about it, and he's the best. Appreciate Rex, and it was a big win for them.
Yeah, it was. And the short week obviously complicates it this week. But, if it's a little more conventional where you have a little more time to kick back after a Saturday game, do you get a chance, Dabo, to just unwind for a couple hours on Sunday and watch the NFL?
Absolutely. On a normal week, Sundays are players' off days. We don't practice on Sundays unless it's a situation like we've got this week, obviously. But Sundays are work days for us as coaches, but players are off, and so we have a normal routine where everybody we grade the tape from the previous game, and then I have a staff meeting at 4. Then I'll do a teleconference. I think it's at 5:30 or 6:30, and then we're watching tape. We're getting ready for the next opponent that night. So as I'm kind of spending my time in my office, kind of getting my checklist things done, I'll have some games on, and I try to keep up with all the Clemson players. We got Clemson guys all over the league, and so I'm pulling for whoever's got the Clemson guy, and if there's two of them playing each other, I just pull for both of them to play well.
That's why you pull for the Bills, because your boy Sammy Watkins, even though we're a little bit worried about his foot.
Yeah, he's going to be okay. He'll be all right. It's unfortunate, but he's going to have a long career in front of him, and sounds like Shaq's doing good. Shaq. I saw him this weekend. I think he's going to be back here pretty soon. And
good.
Jonathan Meeks, another one of my players, is a safety for him up there. So they'll be okay.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Now, Coach, last question before we let you go here. We haven't chatted with you since the national championship game, but I look at your schedule, and I'm the kind of guy as a radio host, BT as well. We just throw W's up there, right? WWWW. One, do you think about the loss, and two, do you see your path to getting back to the Final Four?
Is this Tiki?
Yes, of course it is.
Okay, Tiki. Now listen, you're a football guy, okay? So don't act like you're a media guy.
I gotta ask the question, Coach.
You're a football guy, and you
Stay
know
on your own
better than that. You know that we're not looking at anything like that. We're trying to beat Boston College. In fact, no, we're really not trying to beat Boston College. We're trying to not lose to Clemson. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to play to the standard that we've set, prepare with purpose every single day. Great effort with technique, all in commitment to do the best we can on and off the field. That's our formula for excellence. And if we do that each and every day, then we'll look up. I always tell them, we right now, all of our goals are in front of us. There's no question. I mean, we get 12 guaranteed games. That's what we get. And anything we get after that, we got to earn. And we definitely want to win all 12 games, but you can't win 12 till you win 6.
Yeah.
And so we're just trying to get to 6-0, and that's really as far as we look is trying to have a great practice today. A good job, good try, good effort there. As a
come
media
on,
guy.
T, don't waste the man's time with that nonsense.
Coach, about 3 weeks from now, I'm going to hop in my car. I'm going to head down to Death Valley. I'm going to bring a bottle of whiskey, and then we'll have the conversation.
Oh, wow.
That's when your bye week is, on the 22nd.
There you go.
Then we'll have the conversation. We'll keep it off.
Can I hang out for a little bit?
We'll keep it off here, of course.
Nice. Dabo, always cool hooking up, man. Great job. Great atmosphere. Just a real special night for college football. Congrats on a fantastic win.
I appreciate it. Good to be with y'all. Have a great day.
Thank you, Coach.
Be
Talk
well,
to you soon.
Coach. There he is, 5-0.